build with your life. It is really about allowing yourself to connect back to who your true self is. And so I get the pleasure of helping leaders level up in that sense, really allow themselves to let go of that hustle and truly connect with their true self, their true message, their true way of being, as opposed to doing.
Well, and I just love that you get so you're so clear on what you get to with your clients, right? Because sometimes when we hear about coaching, it's all, oh, I help you move through your business. Well, it's never just that easy, is it?
Mhm.
No, and you're so clear on the gains that people get and what's available to them. So I so love that. Maybe share with us a bit of some of the clients that you've worked with.
Yeah, so most of my clients, they have always been a really great success in their life. Like they've succeeded well at whatever they put their mind to. And so when they come to me, it's usually when they're feeling a bit stuck. They're like, okay, the way I've been doing it hasn't been working for me anymore. And I actually feel scared to move to the next level because it means I have to overwork, right? So my latest client, she is a breath work facilitator,
Mm,
and she has built a very successful business, multiple figure business before. And right now she wants to start her own business, start her own thing. She was working with a few collaborators before, but
yeah,
this time it's allowing herself to do it her way.
nice.
But she was kind of like, well, okay, what does my way look like? I don't know, because I've just been kind of in this hustle mode for
Mm,
so long that now it's like, I don't know how to do it any other way. And I know I don't want to do it that way, because I know if I continue doing it that way, I would burn myself out. And
right.
right now my relationship is being compromised because I have been so focused on work.
Mm,
So I want to do it a different way. I want to do it another way, a way that really aligns to me, where it really is about my own vision and carrying my own vision forward. So this is where it's been so great to work with her, because right away I was able to show her that you don't have to, yeah, all you got to do is just connect with joy. At the end of the day, the secret sauce to a successful business is just having a shit ton of fun. So if you're not
easy.
having fun,
Right.
then that's probably why you're not seeing the results that you want to see.
Wow.
So
She sounds like a lot of people that you would think that would probably never reach out to coaching or would never even consider coaching because they've been successful in the past. So you sort of, hunker down and you think, "Oh, I can just muscle through this." Whereas there's a time that you kind of hit a ceiling or a limit, right?
yeah, yeah. And they know that that's when it's like she knew, she's like, I need guidance, right? Because she herself is a coach as
Oh,
well. And
okay.
she's like, I know I need guidance,
Yeah.
and it's not gonna come from me. Like I've done what I can up to a certain point.
Mhm.
Now it's like, and the thing is, like, the people that I work with, they want fast results. And so they know that they need to have that guidance.
Yeah.
And it's not like she's relying on me to do the work or anything. It's
No.
more just she recognizes that she can't see the things that she needs to see in order to help her have those breakthroughs. So she's gonna find find the way, find the solution to offer that for herself.
So
And
good.
so it's been a beautiful gift. Like it's been so cool to see her be so grateful in every single session, because she's like, oh my God, like I'm so grateful that I said yes to the support, right? Like
Yeah.
just truly receiving that. And I don't, it's so beautiful to be able to see that, like for us to actually say, yes, I gave myself support, right? Yeah.
Well, that you asked first of all, that we as women don't really ask to say, hey, help me work through this, or help reach out to people. Because it's just, I don't know where we got taught that that wasn't right. Right. Um, yeah. And it's sort of, so I wanted our theme, or one of the things that you wanted to come across today was this factor of self-acknowledgement, right?
Mhm.
This, she acknowledged herself for saying, for realizing she needed help, and she's aware of it, and she's present to the joy and grateful for it. So let's talk a bit more about that.
Yes. So I truly believe that that is the key to full self-acceptance. Like, for any of you who don't feel like you're fully yourself, and you truly, like, I hear this language all the time. I
Mm,
want to fully embrace myself. I want to accept the highs and the lows.
yes,
But really, at the end of the day, we have so much judgment about the lows
totally.
that that's where it's like we're not actually fully accepting ourselves. And I see full acceptance of our whole self is to allow for that, truly fully accept all our thoughts, whether they're negative or positive,
Hmm.
and all of our emotions, whether it's negative or positive. And what I like to help my clients see is actually detach from those labels altogether, and
Okay.
that it is really just part of our whole human experience.
So how does that impact one's business when they kind of get to that self-acknowledgement phase? What is some of the impact that it can have?
Yeah, so it's really interesting, right? Because if you ask yourself, how often do you actually acknowledge your successes?
Me?
Right?
I am better. I'm getting better at it, but not being present to it enough, I think.
Right. And the number one thing I hear from my clients is like, I want to feel proud of
Yeah.
myself.
Hmm.
How do you feel proud of yourself?
Well, you have to acknowledge,
Yeah,
right?
right. So that's where I like that is the key. So every single session I always open with like a little pause to self-acknowledge, like to give them that space to self-acknowledge, because that is the power of self-acknowledgement is like really it's actually training our body to
Mhm.
memorize those emotions.
Yes.
So it makes it a lot more readily available to us. It makes it easier for us to feel elated and feel joy when we actually get into that practice of taking a moment and acknowledging ourselves. And I think that there's a difference. I might be going off on a tangent a little bit here, but
We have
like
heard.
the difference between feeling grateful
Yeah.
and acknowledgement, I feel like acknowledgement, self-acknowledgement takes it to the next level,
100%.
right?
Totally. Yes. I get that.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, I'm grateful that I have clients.
Hmm.
Okay. Self-acknowledgement is then taking it to the next level, which is like, I'm grateful I created those clients,
Hmm.
right? Like taking ownership of it.
Yeah.
Do you feel that proudness,
Yes.
right? And that's what we want to feel all the time in our business, right? Because that's what's actually going to drive us to take the actions without the effort, without pushing ourselves to take actions. And that's where the succeeding with ease really comes in more, with flow
Right.
and with more joy, because you will naturally take actions because you're coming from this place of like, yeah, this feels awesome. Like, I want to do more of this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. There is one of my notes I'm looking up here because I have all these little post notes stuck up here, and I say, I am powerful, and I've created this amazing life I have.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that is that way of saying, no, 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 all those little thoughts and all those little doubts. No, no, if you like where I am right now, I
Mhm.
created this,
Yeah.
and I'm powerful. And that's that acknowledgement you talk about.
Yeah. And taking full ownership of that
Mhm.
power, right? And then that's what then helps your brain see, oh, if I created all of this, then what else can I create?
Right.
that means everything else in my future is yet for me to create. And that's where the creation piece comes in,
Mhm,
and that driving force to to share your gifts
mhm.
that much more easily, right? And so really at the end of the day, the results of it all is just you get to enjoy the process of that creation that much more, and you're that much more present with it. You can totally let go of the future and knowing that right now
Mhm.
you are experiencing it all the time. You're not waiting to achieve something in order to feel proud, in order to feel accomplished. You're feeling accomplished now because
Right
you're
now. Right.
consistently
Yeah,
acknowledging yourself.
I love that.
Yeah.
So good. Do you how do you help somebody? Like, is there tools or questions or things that you can help for? Because it's not a muscle we know and use very often, right? It's like only when I look up and go, oh yeah, right. So it's like, what is there an exercise or is there something that you take your clients through that helps them to develop this muscle?
Yeah, sure. So this is where, like, actually, you had mentioned this earlier, even before we started this call, was like, at the end of the day, all you've got to do is just ask yourself what worked, and then take a moment to acknowledge that this is
Mhm.
what worked.
I
And
like
that lets your brain know, okay, to continue doing the things that work,
right.
right? So having that check-in at the end of the day of, okay, what worked about today?
Yeah.
And acknowledging yourself in those little things. That's all it takes.
So true. Because you would actually, because you're right, we've taught you when you said if you focus more on the dips or the negative, and if you take an inventory of the day and go, oh, that worked really well, or that was good, this worked really, and that you realize that that is actually stacked up maybe than the one or two things that didn't work as well or didn't get accomplished or whatever you feel.
Mhm.
So good. So simple.
So simple, right? And that's the thing that our brain actually wants simple, but we like it likes to overcomplicate things, and it thinks that, like, oh, the more I do, the better it is. But
Mhm.
no, it's actually, I think Leonardo da Vinci said it perfectly. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. So
That
just
is so good.
whenever you feel overwhelmed, just take a step back and look at, how do I simplify this?
Mhm.
And it's the simple things that actually make the greatest impact.
So, so true. So, my dear, everyone's going to want to work with you because, or connect with you, or have a coffee with you. Look, can you just get this vibe of this? You have this good zen to you, which that grounds me. I so love that, and I so love that we're able to connect. How can people reach out to you? How can they find you?
Yes, so I will include, I guess, Terry, if you can include this, I have since we're talking about self-acceptance, I've got
Okay.
a self-love mindset guide that you
Oh,
can
great!
download.
Yay!
Yay. So that's completely free. And it just takes you through kind of checking in with your thoughts and being able to kind of like look at what is actually working and what's not working for you. Because there's a lot of formations out there where it's like it it like we think it works for us because it sounds, like, I call them pretty thoughts. They
Mhm,
sound useful,
mhm.
but when you really check in with yourself, if you don't fully believe in it, then it's not going to work for you, right? So this guide really kind of helps you learn how to check in with your affirmations, whether you,
Oh, so
yeah,
good.
yeah,
Okay, yeah, so they can get that document from you, and then I'm sure there's your contact information. You can post in this video or link afterwards,
yeah,
well, how to get in touch with you to have continue the conversation about this. So good.
sure. And then, yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Live Freely Vanessa.
Okay.
And then if you like, you can also join my Facebook community, the Self Mastery Collective. So you can just Google that, or not Google, but search in Facebook for Self Mastery Collective, and you can find me there. Yeah, and if you want to book a session with me, like a consult with me, then you can do so on my website.
So good. That is so good. And you know what else where they can find you? At Happy Healthy Women.
Yes, that's
And
right.
you are taking the country by storm. You're showing up at so many different branches and building connections. And as a trailblazer within our branch too, you are, you know, have a very leadership role within our branch as well. So come to Happy Healthy Women Coquitlam and on Meetup. You can find us there, and then you'll find Vanessa and I at all of the meetups that are around that we host. And we would love, love, love to have you come out and connect. Thank you, my dear Vanessa. Thank you
Thank
for
you, Terri,
today.
for this time.
Thank you for sending us off on a Fearless Friday of the nice summer weekend. Um, Focusing on self-acknowledgement this weekend. That's being fearless to acknowledge yourself too.
Yes.
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 Yes. Okay, thanks. Everyone have a great weekend. Thank you, Vanessa, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks, Terri. Bye.